Hey, what's going on, YouTube fam? It is I, Craig the Mac, and welcome back to the channel. I know, your boy's been gone for a good little bit of time. Don't judge me, alright? Life happens. But what's most important is that right now, you're sharing your most valuable asset with me, which is your time. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Thank you. So, you guys see the title of the video, man. Today we're going to be talking about self-esteem, right? We're going to go into what it is, where it comes from, and how you guys can build your own self-esteem. Because ultimately it's your responsibility to, determine how you feel about you, alright? So, we're going to jump straight into it, guys. Y'all stay tuned.
It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.
So, definition, okay? Self-esteem can be defined by Merriam-Webster as a confidence and... One second. I just forgot. Don't judge me, alright? My memory. Okay, here we go. It can be defined as a confidence and satisfaction in oneself, okay? So what I'm gonna do is give you guys a little bit of my story. So growing up, I was a rather shy, timid kid. I wasn't very confident. I wasn't one of those like rambunctious, run around, play, rowdy type of little boys. I was very, very timid, very apprehensive with everything. And this kind of carried on into my teen years, never really tried to, skip school or do anything that was kind of too adventurous, right? I was very sheltered in a sense, right? And truly, I believe it was all stemming from my self-esteem, okay? So, at the end of high school, I get in a relationship and things went down the toilet, right? And I was truly at what I would consider one of the lowest points in my life, right? As far as how I was feeling, excuse me, in regards to how I was feeling about myself, right? So, I joined the military. Not only did I join the military, I joined America's greatest fighting force, the United States Marine Corps, okay? Boot camp was 13 weeks. Within that time period, pretty much on a mental, physical, emotional level, I was stripped of everything that I was up until that point, and I was rebuilt in the image of what it was to be a United States Marine, right? And in that transformation process, my self-esteem, once I made it through, the sheer pride, confidence, and self-esteem that I had was through the roof, and it still is today, right? So, through me surviving boot camp and just being able to say I made it, I was so proud of myself, and the confidence that was instilled in me by my drill instructors, it changed the game for me. My life was drastically transformed, right? So once I hit the civilian world, I still carried that self-esteem with me. To the point where now what I've realized is that nothing in this external world can change how I feel about me, right? And you have to come to the realization of that as well, right? We have to stop giving power to other people that we may care about or love, or we may be trying to impress. Stop giving power to them to have control over how we feel about ourselves. Right? So today it's gonna be a rough one. We're gonna look under the carpet, right? We're gonna sweep out some of that dirt, some of that stuff that's been tucked away for a while. Because before we can truly grow, we gotta start on a solid foundation, right? So the first thing we're gonna change is how you feel about you. Okay? With that being said, guys, let's just get into it. Now, I don't have a whiteboard or anything, that's coming, but I do have my handy dandy notes in my phone. So if I'm looking down at any point, guys, please forgive me. I'm still trying to keep it here with you, okay? So just bear with me, all right? So what we're gonna do is cover a few ways to develop your self-esteem, right? ultimately you want to learn to have a positive opinion about yourself, okay? And one thing that you can do in this very moment, if you so choose, is to spend some time in front of the mirror, right? And I know a lot of people are like, dude, it's kind of, it may make some people uncomfortable to truly look themselves in the eye for an extended period of time in the mirror. I know for me, what I would do, honestly, I'd get out of the shower and, I'd be brushing my hair or brushing my teeth or something, and I would look at myself, and my shoulders would just right? Because ultimately I wasn't happy with what it was that I was seeing, okay? Maybe, for me personally, I'm a little on the heavy side, right? I didn't really like that. I would just nitpick, and I would pinpoint out things that I would consider a flaw, or, something that people may judge me by, or something along those lines, right? Like, like I said, I'm overweight, so I'm like, man, everybody thinks I'm chunky or whatever, or whatever the case. I beat myself up about it, right? Now, this is me looking at me, and this is why this is so important. What you have to do when you look in the mirror is look at view yourself as perfect, period. And I know a lot of you are probably like, there's no such thing, right? But there is. You yourself, you are perfect. And I mean, from what you would consider your most beautiful part to your maybe not so most beautiful part. It's those imperfections that make you perfect, right? Think about an artist doing a painting or something along those lines, right? The artist, when they paint, they may only see the flaws, but to someone else looking at it, they only see the perfection, right? Think about the Mona Lisa. I'm sure that maybe there's a stroke or two in there that maybe he was like, wrong color red or something along those lines, but no one besides the artist himself would ever see that, right? So understand that you are perfect, period, right? Just roll with me here. You are perfect, okay? Now, if you see something in the mirror that can be changed by you, then you have to accept the fact that, throughout however old you are, however many years you've been here, you have created the shape of your avatar. So me, I'm a big fella, right? And I wasn't happy about it. But I learned to accept that I put myself here and that I am in charge of this image. So I love it no matter what, because it's me, right? Always love yourself, and just watch the way, by you seeking, by you looking at your positives and not your negatives, you'll learn to see the positive in not only yourself, but other people as well, right? How many times, unconsciously, when you see somebody that may be wearing something that doesn't exactly agree with your taste, you will point out their flaws. Instead, point out what you would consider, a perfection, if you will. Man, he's got great hair. That's a great beard. I mean, I know that sounds weird as a guy. I wouldn't say that. Whatever. Just point out, just find some things that are positive out there of others, and you'll learn to start to look at that for yourself, right? So when you look in the mirror, look at yourself and smile. Love yourself. Develop a positive relationship with who you are and what it is that you're seeing, okay? Because it's you. If it's something that you can't change, let's say you have a rather large nose. Embrace that nose, big fella. Love that nose. It's yours. It is you, right? And I mean, if it's truly that big of a deal, you could do plastic surgery. I don't recommend doing stuff like that, but you have to learn to accept who you are and love yourself, because that's what it's about at the end of the day, right? And through loving yourself, your self-esteem, and how you won't be worried about what someone may think if, you got some love handles or some, what are they called? Muffin top action going on. Don't nobody, come on, man. Who cares? It's me and I love me, and that's all that matters at the end of the day, guys, is how you feel about you, okay? Now, this next one, not everybody's going to agree with, quite frankly. It's all good. I still love y'all anyway, okay? So, understand this. You are not special. I'm sorry to say it. You are not special. But what you are is unique, okay? So let's break that down before everybody gets all gets in the comment section and starts killing me, okay? Chill, bro. Check me out, right? When I say you're not now, think about that moment of conception, if you will, when your mom and your dad, did whatever. In that moment, you, the individual, were running a race against what? Maybe 400 million other sperm cells, right? Trying to get to this finish line, okay? You were the only one, unless you're a twin, you were the only one that made it, right? Congratulations, you're already a true survivor just based on that, right? And you came out the womb, congratulations. However, every single person on the planet has done the exact same feat, right? So where it is something of significance, it's really not all that special, okay? But understand this, you are no more special than anybody on the planet, but you're also no less special, okay? We're all on an even playing field. But what you are, ladies and gentlemen, is unique, okay? So what do I mean by unique? When I say you, the individual, you are truly one of one. There is no one else on the planet like you, okay? For example, you can't put on my shoes and walk around in them for a day because it's not your life to live. I can't do the same to you, right? Now, we may see some people we try and emulate and things along those lines, but at the end of the day, you are the only you walking around on this earth, right? So in that regard, you are special, okay? And where your self-esteem comes into play here is realize this. You yourself, you are an original, right? So learn to just be your authentic true self, right? If you're weird, if you like to, dance or whatever, even if you're not good at it, if you like to sing, whatever that case is, express your own uniqueness, right? We've been raised in society to just conform and be so cookie cutter through society and that whole spiel and the brainwashing that nobody wants to truly express themselves and be who they are, right? But that's what this life is about, experience, okay? And I want you to just explore you as much as you possibly can, because that's what it's about, guys. It's all about experience, man. It's all about experience, bro. So get out there and be you. And don't, I repeat, don't allow other people's opinions and what they may think of you stop you from doing any damn thing. They're not paying your bills, right? They're not cuddling with you at night. They're not preparing your meals, so they're just strangers to you. Forget about them. You live your life and live it to the fullest because you deserve that, right? There's real freedom in self-expression. Understand that, guys. And through that, your self-esteem, guys, will be through the roof. You'll realize, like, yo, I may not be a quote-unquote celebrity, but I am, important. I'm here, right? So why not do something for myself? Why not get out here and learn to break dance, learn how to play a piano, do whatever it is that I want to do, right? Because it's my life and I gotta live it. And your self-esteem is gonna skyrocket from this, guys. Trust me on this, okay? Tip number 3, and this one kind of just, number 2, kind of roll right into it. Do what you love and love what you do, okay? Let's break that down, all right? So if you like to roller skate, but you suck at it, do it anyway. If you like to paint, but you're no Picasso, do it anyway. How does it make you feel when you're doing that activity, right? Are you truly like so present in that moment that you just become so absorbed in what you're doing that 3 or 4 hours just fly by you because you're so immersed in something that you genuinely want to do, right? In society, we're told, hey, you need to, stay within these confines and follow these rules and, get married, have kids, buy a house, Man, that stuff will come naturally, right? But truly what I want you to do is just express yourself and find stuff that makes you happy, period. Because that's what it's about, bro. If you truly want to see your self-esteem like go through the roof, man, find something that just brings you joy and do it. And not only do it, love doing it. Embrace it. Do your research, if it's something that you want to get into but you don't fully understand yet. Like we'll use skateboarding as an example. If you want to learn how to do a kickflip, you've been struggling for hours, for days, for weeks, do some research, right? And the more you become skilled at it, the more and more you begin to love it. And there's a compound effect there, right? I know for me, for example, I love to sing, right? Now, I'm no Luther Vandross, but it brings so much joy and pleasure into my being to just be able to freely express myself that way, right? Now, I'm not out here like Eddie Murphy and Coming to America, just screaming at the top of my lungs, out here in public, people just to scold. It wouldn't matter to me anyway if I was, because I don't care about them, right? What matters to me is my happiness and my self-esteem, right? And how I feel confident enough to do anything, no matter what it is, right? Don't wait on someone's permission to pursue something that you genuinely want to do. It's like Nike, baby. Just do it, but love doing it no matter what it is, okay? Okay, guys, next tip, and I guess this might be tip number 4. Be mindful of your words when it comes to you, right? That's a clear indicator of where your self-esteem level is, right? So when you say things like, man, for example, I love using myself as an example here. It's all good. Somebody be like, hey, would you like something to eat? Man, I'm a fat kid, of course. I'd love something to eat. All of that's unnecessary, right? Think about this for a second. If, let's say, for example, your best friend, somebody that you truly and genuinely resonate with and y'all love each other, right? Would you say something hurtful like that to them? Like, dude, you're a fat kid. And not saying it in a joking way, right? You wouldn't say that to somebody you genuinely care about. So why would you say something like that about yourself? You see what I'm saying? So to truly boost your self-esteem, learn to speak more positive and life about you, right? So, hey man, how's it going, man? Look, I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing. I'm doing fantastic. My life, you may not be where you think your dream is, but man, I'm out here, I'm living my best life. Y'all know that song, right? And that's the truth. Even no matter how you decide to see it, guys, always see yourself in a positive light. Always. That's something that you yourself have direct control over, okay? So just learn to speak positively about yourself whenever you speak to other people about you, right? Because you're listening whether you're aware of it or not. Your subconscious is running this whole, like any moment in time, your subconscious is running, right? So realize, okay, dang, that was kind of harsh. I wouldn't say that to somebody I care about, so why would I say it? You know what I'm saying? Just give it a thought or two before you decide to speak, because your words are powerful. And they carry some serious weight, especially when you hear yourself say it about yourself. I know it's like kind of a weird concept, but just think about it that way, right? Be more kind and gentle with yourself. And love yourself. Speak that way about yourself. Man, life's amazing. My life is great. Even if you might have just lost your job, you might have just, things may have happened to you out here in the outside world. Don't let that change how you feel about you. Don't let that change your own self-worth, your self-value, Like, man, it's a little rocky right now, but hey, I'm hanging in there, baby. Continue to smile, No matter what you may be going through, and I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but roll with me. No matter what may happen to you in life, you have to realize, and it says this in the good book, this too shall pass, right? So don't sweat the temporary circumstances. Don't let these, rough moments be how you decide to define yourself, because all they're gonna do is just, kill your self-esteem. You're gonna be walking around depressed. This is where depression and things like that come from. And it's a cycle within yourself, okay? It's all in how you speak to you. So be kind to yourself. Forgive yourself.